500 likes for the scariest list of ghost videos. Have you ever asked yourself, what if one day I was driving alone at night, and I thought to myself, what if I look in the mirror of my car to check the back seat and found someone sitting there? How terrifying that would be. You may even stop driving your car at night for weeks. But the taxi driver you are about to see is a brave stone, and such a sweet, open-minded man. He takes any passenger on his way. He is an example of the good, calm, and collected driver. But the man doesn't stop here. No, he also welcomes ghosts. He doesn't even take any wages from them. Ridiculous. But so does the video. This is not bullcrap. Not in this channel.
個人タクシーのドライブレコーダーになぜか理由もなく自動保存されていた映像ファイルが存在していたのだという。まずはその動画をご覧いただこう。
いや、入り込んでる。
What did I just tell you? The man doesn't say no to anyone, and doesn't waste a chance. And instantly after the passenger left the car, the next one took over. But aside from my stupid stand-up comedy script, in case you didn't see the chick with that big thick arrow I put. When I look at men who wear rings, one thing always comes to mind. Why am I still without a partner? So in moments like that, I unintentionally, and pay attention to what I say there so you don't misunderstand the situation. I grab someone's hand, and sometimes I get myself in trouble for doing so, but that only happens when it's a lady whom I grab the hand of. Whether it turns out to be a male or not, I usually end up in an awkward situation, but not as awkward as the one in the next clip. Finally, at last, you will start talking about what we actually came here for. You thought I was going off topic all along. How crafty. We have a dude who just stumbled upon a ring somehow. I don't know why he bought it or for what purpose, but clearly he didn't think it was from the Lord of the Rings. So what happened? What went wrong? Everything went wrong and nothing went right. In fact, things got so bad that I had to change my whole outfit and take a shower. But when it comes to Jimmy, things didn't go well for him. In the first clip, I saw him shutting the door with his closet, and in that moment, I knew he had messed up badly. He then described how the doorknob of his closet door had been shaking on its own. Or how about these whispers he started hearing at night? I personally have had a similar experience before and had been for some time, but back when I hadn't paid my rent for 3 months. And similar to him, I also kept the lights on while sleeping, and I did so until I paid him in full. Jimmy here has been pushed so far by the paranormal that he decided to move out after experiencing many activities, such as throwing his cup off the hook and breaking it.
Well, I was in the other room playing on TikTok when this happened. My cup decided to leap off this hook and fall to its demise, so that's legit terrifying because there's no way that can happen when no one else is in the room. I'm not even really sure what to do at this point. Like, I've told you guys before, I can't just move because I don't have the money for that. And I can't find the ring. But as soon as I do, I am doing what one of the commenters said, to take it to some holy water. So, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to take it to like a priest or something when I find it. Bought a haunted ring about 3 weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure it's real because I had to block off the closet door because in the last week, the doorknob has decided to shake on its own. And so far I've chalked it up to just my imagination when I'm about to go to sleep in my room. But now there's actually, like, some incoherent voice whispering to me at night, so now I can't sleep without this light on. So, may have been a mistake to f*** with the paranormal. I'm really late to the game when it comes to showing this filter, but whatever. Supposedly this thingamajig can show where a ghost is, and right now this is the only part of my house that's showing, so, yeah. I don't really necessarily believe this filter actually works, but it is a little bit weird that it's only working currently in this one part of the house, so. And right before I end this video, I should remind you that I've been hearing things down here, and now this is showing right here, so I don't know if this app actually shows anything or not. I heard some noise down here, not the washing machine, but some like weird thumping, and this thing was rocking back and forth. Going to go and my car for
I got a solution for you, buddy. Instead of trying to splash some holy water around the house or moving out, how about you just put that ring out for good? Just throw it off and see the results. Unfortunately, this man is no longer to be found on TikTok, which was the only way to reach him. We all know how Facebook Marketplace works, and don't worry, I'm not going to sell you some drop shipping course of some sort. My channel is all about creepy videos, but I'm trying to sell you some information that may or may not be valuable to you in exchange for your time. Back to the marketplace of Facebook, where people usually sell their own stuff and antiquated items to whomever is interested in acquiring their garbage. Not all of it is considered garbage, but the lady in the next video 100% bought some garbage. And unfortunately, unlike the regular garbage, this one was way too smelly. In other words, the antique this lady has bought is not just some ancient antique that doesn't do anything except sit somewhere and look like an unnecessarily decorative one. She bought some dolls. These dolls didn't look innocent whatsoever. One of them is simply the Chucky doll. But if you thought the decision to buy such a thing wasn't stupid enough, hear this one. The person who sold the dolls felt cute the other day after making some money they never thought they could make out of the demonic dolls. She blocked them on social media. Now you're sure that these things are cursed. But how did these so-called dolls affect the family? Let's put it simply, they went off, moving around. Some moved their hair somehow. Another one of these dolls was seen elbowing whatever was behind it. They moved their heads around and even jump off their place right in front of the owners. But if the paranormal activity was occurring only with these dolls, then the problem could be easily solved by burning them down. Unfortunately, as the old man says, entering the bathroom is not the same as leaving it. In other words, bringing in a plague will cause more and more people problems, even if they have nothing to do with it. I don't think I'm putting things together correctly. The paranormal activity started expanding as the family started witnessing some unexplained noises and strange movements of the curtain. She once put some mac and cheese on the stove. It was sliding. They even have a static camera that received a ghostly upgrade and started functioning like a motion tracking camera.
Picking pictures of my dolls to put them online. Oh, goddamn. I think that's because I leaned on the bed, though. I don't think that's supernatural, but that scared the out of me. Scared the shit out of me. And then get rid of my dollies. I can't even get rid of my dollies. I like them too much. Camera recording. Got this motherfucker. Freezing, dude. I mean, wash my hands. Justin. Justin. You good? Baby?
That's your Agnes. You know, Brittany said that's the
Sleep tight. Put the light. Baby. This is our house.
Yeah, let's look at it before bed. Yeah, dude. Something's in the window right there,
baby,
bro.
stop being hyper, please. It's scaring me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Something's in the window.
Yeah. Hold on. You're going to hear 3 knocks. The first one is with whoever is holding our curtain where you can see into our house. We're both still in the bed at this point. This is going to be the first knock. So whoever is inside our house right now. And they've got the curtain pulled up to beat on the door. You're going to hear the first one, you're going to hear the second one, and then the third one. Play it. Second, third. Okay, I didn't plan this one. Chucky was just supposed to pop out, but his hair is moving. What the hell? Okay, I really do. Oh no, move that. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, joke's over. Joke's over. I was about to say we got dolls in this house. Oh my God. Freaking insane update, y'all. The doll is back with us. Not the one that was stolen, but the one that we managed to wash our hands of by giving away. I had to drive 20 minutes away and come pick up this damn doll. And I never, ever, ever wanted to put this doll in my car. Ever. The only time it's ever been in my car is when I picked it up for the very first time. It has not been in my car since because I knew something was wrong with it. Okay, but now I have it in my car because we give it away to family, and they didn't believe us about everything I showed them. They're skeptics, okay? They didn't believe us. So they took the doll and give it to their granddaughter. Now, they didn't tell the little girl anything about the ghost or anything. They didn't want to scare her. They just wanted to give her a doll. I mean, understandable. But knowing what they know, that's insane to me. But if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. Whatever. So we give them the doll. They give the doll to the granddaughter. The granddaughter has the doll maybe 2 or 3 days. And the little girl tells her grandpa that the doll is alive. Something's wrong with it. That it moves. It keeps falling out of the chair. Or she said it was jumping out of the chair. But evidently it was just falling out of the chair. It would not stay sitting where she put it. She said it would turn its head and look at her. It would blink at her. It was freaking her out. Okay, so she gives it to her grandpa. Her grandpa takes the doll and puts it in his room. So the little girl's not scared anymore.
At least they don't have to buy a camera that can track moving objects. Here, the ghost served them well. They transformed one piece of technology into another. I see why the lady doesn't want to get rid of these dolls. I'm obviously just being sarcastic. I'm gonna give you a real estate advice, and if you don't like how it sounds, then you can throw it in your trash. So my advice to you is to never buy a house that is as old as the Stone Age. And if you want to be a nosy person and dig deeper on the reason why, basically, you don't know who used to live in it, and even if it happens that you know who they are, you still don't know what they were doing at that time period. But if it happens that you did know that too, then why bother buying it? Because you either were living with them in that case, or you were spying on them all the time. But here in the next clip, we have an e-girl. She lives in one of those ancient houses that I just mentioned 5 seconds ago in case you missed it. She is showing the Sims how there is a painting in one of the rooms in the 3rd floor that is causing her to feel uneasy. The room belongs to one of the kids of the old owners of the house in the 1918s, if I'm not mistaken. He is probably responsible of this freak. I mean, you are gonna tell me that a shitty painting doesn't do anything when it's forcing a little piece of human to worship it. And that's not it. It's also sculpted on the devil's board. Now check this out.
Gilbert. He is a painting of a sun, and he has been here since my family moved in. It is believed that the previous owner painted him, but he won't tell us anything. People have tried to put wallpaper over him, but he comes back. This room smells really strange, and I feel a really dark energy within him. I hear my niece talking to him, so I talk to her.
Did you like him?
Yeah, Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Because I don't pray. For me, because the floor was wobbly.
Oh, it still kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit wobbly. Oh yeah, because there's like holes and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you hear? Whoa! Oh my god, did you hear that? It's okay. It's okay. Gilbert's friendly.
Looks like it comes up.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916 and it was built in 1902. So this would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. From looking at the English census records, I found that the father would be called John, the mother was called Maud, next to on the balcony is her daughter Dorothy. The birth of a little boy called Gilbert was also registered here in 1911, so he would be about 5 or 6 in this photo. I'm unsure why he's not with the rest of his family in the photo, what they did to him. Just have an overwhelming feeling that something really terrible happened to him at the hands of his own family. The weirdest part is that this is where the sun painting is situated in the house. That's his room.
If I see my house in a photo like that, and this painting is still there, I would go broke and stay on the streets until my family move out. And if they don't, I come back and kneel asking for forgiveness so they can have me back in. But what would you do if you were her, not if you were any girl? I have always been telling people for the past 10 years to never go and explore abandoned places, cemeteries, ruins, and such on their own. I have been trying to advise these young fellas to never conduct such a serious activity, especially alone, as it could have a horrifying impact on their lives, but they never listened to me. I kept my promise to my beloved wife, who passed away 12 years ago. Her last words were for me to never lose track and keep on going with what I was doing, to never back up. That's why I will never stop advising these people until they stop, or till my heart stops beating. It got so dramatic over there, and it seems like I have been lying all this long. And yes, sir, I was lying, but let me tell you why. The guy in the next clip forced me to. Why? Did he email you to never use his videos unless you tell us such lies? Nope, but his actions required me to keep on going with my unbaffled nonsense. To be more clear, this dude does random investigations of abandoned creepy places, which obviously could result in demonic attachments. Why do you care so much about his safety? Because his safety is my duty. That's warmly cringe. Anyway, here are some clips of him dealing with the paranormal in his house as a result of his investigations. In some, we can see him complain about his bag being moved from its place, as if it was thrown somehow. How creepy. Then, in another video, we can see that his TV is glitching, while in another security camera recording, an ugly scary face can be seen peeking from behind the glass of the door. Isn't it offensive to call that creature by such harsh words? Why are you so mean? Well, when you see the creature, you may lose your cool and could even use worse words to describe him. While he was having a conversation with his family, and here I'm talking about the dude, not the creature, a ball rolled from behind him somehow. One day, he came back home, only to hear someone mimicking his voice and calling him by his name.
Fantasma captado por la cámara de seguridad.
Ese es el de Rafita, ese es su juguete.
Pero no se ve como si hubiera dentro.
Ese, mira, no, ese es el juguete de Rafita. Ahí nada más, pero no. O sea, se ve raro. Hay alguien ahí. Hay alguien ahí. Ve. Mira, mira.
No
Mira.
mames, espera. A ver.
Ahí está.
Corto. Ya, lárgate, lárgate.
Espera, dile que qué quiere.
A ver, ¿qué quieres? No, gordo, no. Desgraciado. ¡Ya, deja! ¡Púdrete!
Tu nombre.
¿Qué pasó? ¿No? Ahí está esa cosa. ¡Ay, güey, hijo de su madre! ¡Mira, mira, mira, mira! Nos acaban de aventar la pelota de aquí. ¿Qué hay, TikToks? Miren, son casi las 5 de la mañana. Faltan 5 minutos para las 5. Está todo oscuro. Me levanté a tomar agua. Esa bolsa estaba allá con las demás bolsas. De hecho, ahí las alcanzan a ver, miren. ¿Cómo llegó aquí? Nadie se ha parado. ¿Oyeron? Las chicas están dormidas. Rafita dormido porque se sentía malito. Y miren, esto llegó aquí. ¿Cómo? No sé, yo me levanté al baño. Y miren, yo no escuché absolutamente nada, Misterio sin resolver.
Imagina estar en casa y que pase esto.
¿Ahora qué mames? No sé.
Sí, lo grabé. Checa, se va a ver. Se va a ver. Sí, lo grabé.
No, ya está.
These videos were all eerie, and I reckon tagging along with this guy could be quite the adventure. Unless he clamps down on sharing his videos, then I'll be seriously peeved. And you wouldn't want to witness me in that state, believe me, buddy. A man, and unlike any other man, this man goes by the name of Kim Mill. He is a truck driver, and he is a special one at that. I'm not complimenting the dude, but rather praising his luck. This guy was able to drive to his target location deep in the night in Markham, Illinois, without any injuries whatsoever. Why would this guy be injured? He isn't wrestling or boxing. He is literally a big man driving a big, or rather, a huge car. Well, when you drive the same road at the same time and go under the same bridge as Kim, let's see how safe you will come out of that spot. But if it was that dangerous, wouldn't the government just block it off or do something about it? That's a very clever assumption, but not all people who cross by that area get hurt. In fact, barely anyone does. Then why is it a risky road to drive through? If you happen to be as lucky as Kim, not the Kardashians, just Kim the driver, if you just were as lucky as him when you encountered the lady in white crossing the road, pray to God that you won't be crossed by some train out of nowhere or some car penetrating your truck. No one exactly knows who she is or what her origins are, but who said she was a real person in the first place? If you pay attention to the clip that will be shown next, where the encounter happens, the figure seems to be translucent. But just to show you how lucky Kim was that night, a day later, some truck drivers contacted him to inform him of an accident that took place on the spot after some truck drivers encountered that same ghostly figure. Kim should be thankful and thinkingful, if that is even a word, because he should rethink and reconsider driving that road again.
So I left our yard in Illinois, in Forest, Illinois, at 1 o'clock in the morning. I got about 2 hours down the road, and I'm driving down 57, just going northbound, just past the 349 exit, and this bridge comes up. Okay, I go under the bridge, and I thought I seen like a white figure as I went past, and I'm like, that's weird. I looked in my passenger mirror, and I watched what looked like a woman in all white scrubs go from my passenger mirror. I looked over in my driver mirror, and they were at the end of my trailer as I went and looked. Thought it was weird, right? Like, I know we see stuff sometimes and we're like, it's probably just debris in the road, whatever. This wasn't like that. This felt like something was there. So I pulled up the dash cam, and you see that? That's a white figure. I don't know if that's a person, an entity. When you watch the video, you're going to believe that it's an entity because it doesn't really look like a person. It almost looks transparent. It almost looks like you can see through them. I thought it was really, really weird. It creeped me out. I had goosebumps for like an hour straight on my arms. My hair was standing up on my arms. It was really creepy. It was scary. And I'm not one that is crazy about paranormal, ghosts, and all that stuff. Like, it is what it is, whatever. Another thing that was weird is when I pulled it from my dash cam, my GPS wasn't working, which has never, ever, ever happened. My GPS has always worked on my dash cam. It shows you your route that you went, whatever. Thought that was weird that wasn't there. It's really creepy. Like I said, it almost is like this figure's like transparent almost. It almost seems like you can see through them.
She can go meet up with him and see if she can get him to confess. And it's a tough decision, I'm sure, but Amy ultimately agrees. So she wears the wire, and she picks up Chuck, and she
just for people that are a little leery, thinking it was a person and not that it was some paranormal, some figure, some something. This just kind of adds into it that it probably is some type of paranormal thing. I had another driver reach out to me after I posted it on Facebook that he was going through there about 20 minutes before I did with another driver right behind him, and they seen the same thing as I did, but they just didn't catch it on camera. And today, at the same time as we went through there, there was a car accident, multiple cars. 2 people ended up dying, 2 people went to the hospital. Well, the 2 people that went to the hospital they gave a statement that they seen a white figure in the road, and that's why the one car swerved into the other car.
Who knows what could have happened here? Maybe this lady was someone who passed away in a tragic accident while crossing the road. Maybe she was running with tears in her eyes after her husband divorced her, and her eyes were blurry, so she didn't pay attention of the surroundings. If you live in an area nearby some active place, be aware that one day it might hit you and make your home active. And of course, I'm talking about paranormal's activities, not something else. But having your house being the active place is a different discussion, according to some unknown idiots in the comments. You got to have some balls of steel to be able to handle the ghost in your house, because he ain't gonna leave you alone, and he will share everything with you. But so far, in my channel there hasn't been a person who didn't show steel balls. Even the ladies have them for some reason. But today, I found a guy who is the last of his kind in this modern strong balls era. He didn't only show no ability to handle paranormals. He was shaking so hard I thought my eyeballs are gonna leave my skull. And in the end of it, he literally decided to leave his own house. Because he wants to be kind to the fella. And if you think I'm making fun of him, watch him shake it off.
Okay, it's like midnight right now. I was sleeping on my couch, and I heard a loud bang. I've heard it before, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was the dogs on the deck or something. But I think if I sit and wait, you'll see I just seen it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. Cupboards. Let's see. Holy shit, I'm just shaking. I'm just gonna sit here and videotape for a minute. See what happens. See what happens. Holy shit. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh! Holy shit. What the fuck? Okay. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm gonna get up and... Ooh, I'm just shaking. Look at my goosebumps. Okay. It's my grandma's old house too. It's old. I remember that light being on. Let's see what this looks like. I don't want to go too close to. That's just creepy. I have no idea. Like, there's nobody in my house right now. Like, nobody. I can hear something in that room. Okay. That's fucking weird. What is that? Somebody's in that room. Whoa. Okay. Look at those goosebumps. I'm gonna go look. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Ooh, it's fucking scary. There's like nobody in here. I'm freaking out, man. This is scary shit. This is really scary shit. I knew I could hear stuff before, but I don't know. It's so weird. It's like I could hear it. Oh. I'm going outside.
This video is so orange I feel like he is closer to the sun than us. I could have fixed the colors and made things cooler for him, but I wanted you to see his miserable experience in its purest form. And for those who claims it's a fishing wire, have me the affiliate link for such a wire that can do this. If you have been following me for the last 12 months, then please stop it. I have been feeling like I'm being followed for quite a while, but I can't find out if it's true or not. But seriously, if you have been following me for the last 12 months, you know that there is a relationship between Justin and Selena. I mean, a relationship between the channel and the puppet. It's something weird that I came up with to give the channel more personality. So why did I bring that up? 'Cause I can't keep it down. To me, all puppets and mannequins or dolls are all possessed. Even if it's not. It's like these things were made to be haunted, to cause problems. And that's exactly the situation our man Daniel is me is facing. Daniel isn't my real name. Daniel is me. That's the account name of this dude. Dan lives with his mom, what a loser. And his mom is obsessed with puppets and dolls and anything that can fuck up Daniel's life, so he would have to leave his mom's house. I mean, it is a smart way to kick your son out, so you can finally rest and live alone. But why? What's so smart about her plan? Think about it. What's more haunting than having dolls and mannequins everywhere in the house? Now or later, something demonic will happen. Something like tapping sounds. Something like a trap. You know, someone is knocking on the door, so you go and check, only to be surprised that no one is there. And when you turn around, you feel like one of these mannequins is staring at you, so you freeze in your place, only for the door to be slammed hard on your back and you hit the wall face first. Okay, maybe I over-exaggerated the last part, but not all of it. But when you check the security cameras, you're greeted by one of these dolls blinking at you.
Okay, it's official. I'm getting rid of this. The many figurines are moving. Like what?
is this coming from? It's like knocking at the door. Hello? Okay, so the other thing that really creeps me out, that I do not like, but I will show you guys, is in my sister's old room, or I guess still room. Dollhouse. I don't know how to explain it. The only thing I can say that has happened with it is sometimes when I walk by, or like I go, the bathroom's back there, and I walk through and I hear like tapping coming from this room. It's like it's like yeah, it's like I know it's coming from like this room, and so I come in here and then it usually stops, except for like maybe 3 nights ago. Like the tapping kept happening, and I came over and I was trying to figure out like where it was coming from, but it was coming from this dollhouse, and I don't know where. And it hasn't done it since. Like, why is it so intricate? It's like, I don't know. Freaks me out.
I'm terrified. I swore I saw the doll blinking. Had to take a closer look. Honest to God, bro, would y'all believe me if I said this place is haunted? I know some of you may not believe in ghosts and stuff, but I've been seeing some creepy shit here. I even see weird unexplained shit happen in my house. My mom likes to collect vintage dolls and other antiques, and I think she may have brought a cursed item or something because our house hasn't been the same since. I'm scared, like for real, for real. We even got she captured on camera that'll give you goosebumps in unimaginable places.
You know what's so funny about this? The fact that this dollhouse has more space than the one I'm currently living in. It even have better furniture. How embarrassing. This clip may give you chills, but for me, it gave me some nostalgia, because the clip is part of one of the videos that I used at the beginning of my YouTube journey. Not so long ago actually, but talking about nostalgia. The guy in the next clip has made a documentary about a house he used to live in, so he decided to come back and do one more. What is so interesting about his house? The weird paranormals that happens in it. Voices all over the place. A freaking jinn apparition too. I don't know how brave he is, but he is definitely so used to it. If I see what he saw, my gender will switch 54 times in 1 second. Crazy enough, I had an accident like this at my apartment when I was 11.
Came from this corner here. Hello? This looked to be a small apparition peering through the stair rail. One night, while sleeping, there was a loud bang in the bedroom that woke me up. I started hearing faint voices, so I picked up my cell phone camera and started recording, and I could hear the faint voices. But then what happened, which is not the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last time, this is when, living in this house, when these encounters just come out of nowhere, and they can scare the living crap out of you. What the hell are you? Honey, I did not go back to sleep that night.
I'm not surprised by the amount of attention he got because of his documentary. The voices are not convincing me enough, but I have an issue of not being able to not believe him. But do you think he is legit? The man who never speaks, who never shows up, or who never gives a fair reaction to whatever he is dealing with. Who is this mysterious dude? And what does he want? And why is he here? But who said he was here? I was talking about my delivery man, who also shares the same traits as our dude in the next sequence. The Frenchman Michael, let's call him by that name. Mike and his haunted house. And what about him? There is a lot to be said here. At night, as he was woken up to some noise, he went on investigating behind its source, leaving his beautiful wife on the bed sleeping alone. Was she gorgeous? I don't know, I didn't see her. I'm just making speculations here. Mike looked around and found absolutely nothing. That's terrifying. How could he have found nothing? Then who made that noise? Sorry, that was me. I ate some radish earlier. But when Mike turned his back, a sound came from behind, specifically from the bathroom. He turned around only to find the scariest thing you can imagine. None. That's all he saw. In the kitchen, the cabinets were seen opening and closing. How basic. But on the other side of the screen, a shadow figure can be seen walking by. In the last video, we finally get to see some action, where Mike has to deal with the paranormal right in front of his hidden face. What was it? A ghost opened a portal and passed right through Mike, making him feel so cold that he freezes in place. It seems like the disease is expanding and becoming more dangerous. Have you been overthinking lately? That doesn't happen even in dreams. A chair just moved out of its place.
Oh!
I always ask myself, where is the bedroom in this place? No, for real, it seems as if it doesn't exist. That should be the real investigation. This last one title is my reaction when I first saw this clip. I usually put the least favorite clip for me in the last spot. But this time, I kept the best for last, and I was actually scared when I watched the video the first time. It was 3 a.m. for me, and everyone was asleep, and no lights are on. Even when I got through half of the video, my dad just woke up from a nightmare. Just to explain what the clip is about. The security camera has spotted a woman walking back and forth at the same place for hours for no reason. The dogs always bark whenever they see a stranger walking by, but not this time. The dog was almost froze from doing anything. He just looked confused. Why? Watch, and I guarantee to you, you will get a clean answer. As I said, trust the animals whenever they are acting like they are seeing something or someone you don't see. And if you look at the photo, those are not normal legs, but more of goat legs. And if you know how chin shapes shift, this is your biggest evidence that this is not a human. A group of friends, Jason Goss, Chris Leckie, and the cameraman, Jason P. By the way, I'm not telling Jason to pee. The P is part of his name, according to the video description. So, what are these three doing? I have no idea. They haven't talked to me since 2010. But who said I knew them in the first place? These guys are investigators from Canada. They all went to explore the abandoned McCormick factory in London, Ontario, Canada. People speculate that dark paranormal activities lurk around the dark corners of this long-abandoned facility. How bone-chilling. During the investigation, they came across a man who seems to be staying there, so he most likely knows the place quite well. There is nothing concerning so far until you realize that this dude they just encountered has some bad record in the government dictionary notebook. In other words, this man has been arrested multiple times before. Why, you may ask? I don't know, maybe because the place is forbidden for people to sit in. Or it could be worse. Forget about the man, let's see what the team of three had to experience. While they were lingering around the place, they found some red stains, some suspicious red stains, all over the place. So far, that old man they found isn't involved. But later, as they were about to enter a new area, the camera caught a terrifying face for a short glance. The team didn't inspect it, but luckily, they came across a shadow figure from a distance. And as they were about to pack their stuff and leave, they noticed a chair out of its place, which means it was not there before. All these terrifying encounters, and I'm still wondering, why did that old man vanish?
I think it's broken. Put that on camera. Don't disturb the asbestos. Let's get out of here. This wasn't a good idea. I don't want cancer.
I flashed up the building and that scared. Thought it was a security guard. And there's a dog barking all the time. It's not a dog barking. It just sounds like a dog barking. It's all one of the police dog barking. It only got me one night. Jesus. I was standing in cuffs. I wasn't talking about being passive. I was just standing there in front of one. All the way around. That thing, when they plant on it, just give me a little squeeze. That thing's gonna crush my knee. Really, they can hop over. They don't
I have acquired the map.
Dee-dee-dee-dee.
Okay, I don't know if you can get this color. But they really needed to hire a decorator.
See all this mold? That's all mold.
We definitely have not been here.
Yeah, I concur.
What do you suppose that is? That looks like to me. It smells like. It's all over the machine. Dude, we shouldn't be here. Don't touch anything here. I don't plan on it. Walk around that. Look at this. Holy.
Oh, serious? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, why do I gotta go first?
Because you're the little guy.
Let's get out of here.
Kill your lights. I saw Poe drive by.
Chris, let's get out of here before we get AIDS or something.
I just want to be fucking silly.
He'll catch up.
Hazard awareness.
Think this is where they got the sponge?
Chris. Where'd Chris go?
Poe? 5-0?
Keep lights down because we're also near the main street.
I'm gonna turn mine off then. Somebody's here.
Somebody is here. Who's there? Hello? Hello?
Watch the light up.
Hello? Hello? Who's there?
Anybody there?
What's making that noise? Let's get back to that stairwell. Whoa. No. Was that there, Jay? No. That was not there. We've only been out of this room for like 10 minutes. Not even. Are you sure that wasn't there? That was not there. That was nothing there. Do you want me to roll back the footage and show you? No, let's get out of here. Stairwell's that way. Let's go. Roof. Why? Open those doors.
Look, in such places, you can't trust even yourself. You don't know when the next attack will come, and I know you're not in a fight. But do you really trust someone staying in an abandoned factory illegally who has also been arrested multiple times before? Even if you were to stage the video, that man wouldn't stage his actions. Trust me on that. You can say Arab investigators are one of the bravest out there. Their videos, except the joke fake ones, are the scariest. Hate it or like it, it does have the most intense amount of paranormals out there. But I have never seen someone as brave and as silly as this guy you are about to see. He is just on another level. He took himself to an unknown place at midnight. At the beginning, I thought he is just making fun of the other explorers, which he actually did along the video. But whatever the thing was standing in front of him, it does make you nervous. But at the very end, I think he realized it's no more fun anymore.
أنا لا يمكن أن أطرد وراكم صراحة. صدق أنا ماني طارد وراكم ولا أنا متعب نفسي لأنه اللي جاني قلتكم هناك. أنا دحين عن نفسي والله ما أدري كيف قوانين كيف أنا أخش لكن قد تابعت أنا أردني مغامر عنده حركات. أنا أدري عندكم بوابات ولازم نفتحها. والله ترون أنا لو جيت والله في صالحكم يعني بفقش بيض وفقش كل شيء. دقيقة أنا أحل اللغز. أيوة هذا هو. هذه البوابة. طيب دقيقة، إيش قال الأردني ذاك المغامر؟ خلنا أتذكر. استحلفتكم بالله تفتحوا لي البوابة بس بتكلم معاكم. أيوة 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 أيوة. الله على الباب. بصراحة هو طلع وقال لي لا تركز علي الكاميرا، هذا هو هنا. تشوفونه؟ وأتمنى أنكم ما تخافون، لأنه أقسم بالله كائن لطيف وبصراحة يتعاون مع البشر. وأبرر له أن احنا كذابين، والله لا يخشون هذول الجن في البشر، وقسما بالله ما يخشون، والله ما يخشون. وبيني وبينك حتى ما يطلع لك، حتى أنا ما أدري، أنا شاك في هذا الجن أنه تايوان صيني، كيف يطلع البشر؟ كيف؟ أنا مستغرب. وفوق كذا أبغى أقول لك شيء، والله حاطين لك البشر شماعة. اللي ما يبغى زوجته وعنده مشكلة ممكن في يعني مشكلة، أنا ما أبغى أتكلم عن بعض المشاكل، ما يدري ايش يسوي، ياخذ سكينة ويخش عليها في الليل، والله فيه جني ومش عارف. لا وباقي بقول لك باقي فيه مغامرين. يوه حي الكذب. المهم أيها الجن اللطيف، أنا والله بستأذنك، وباقي المغامرين ترى كلهم كذابين، ما في إلا أنا، حتى أنا ما أسميها مغامرة، أنا أسميها ظهر الحقيقة. هذه غرفتهم. إيش المهزة اللي اليوم سويتوها عندنا في الاستراحة؟ ها؟ ما في أحد ولا في صوت ولا نبغى نحتفل. آها لا لا. دقيقة ليش كذا يا أخوان؟ ها يا لا 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 لا، أهدى من كذا، أهدى من كذا، أهدى من كذا. احتفال بسيط يعني، أطلع يعني أطلع. لا 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 أخوان، الوضع أحس بطلع، والله بطلع. لا أوه في نار يا هو. أوه الله لا يبارك فيك. لا.
I liked his sense of humor a lot, and you got to appreciate his heart to not give a nerve about where he is or what he is facing, but I was irritated of him for one reason only. He never stopped talking, which made me translate way more than I usually do. We all can have arguments between us and our wives. That's the nature of life. No one is perfect, and it can all get messed up sometimes. So dramatic so far, and I see a tear in your eyes. But I'm now crumbling in tears because that rule doesn't apply to me. I'm still a virgin. Anyway, why did I bring out the obvious? Because in the next video, we have a very famous couple who are dealing with their house hauntings. You mean Amber and Johnny, who made their court trail a trend? No, that would be out of context, and who said their trail was about them arguing over a house haunting situation. The magical poltergeist couple, not very famous actually, but whatever. As I described at first, if I even said anything that made sense at first, these couple are arguing over their situation, but what's the reason behind all of that? Like, could their house haunting really lead them to create such trouble? And could ghosts and demons actually push others to their limits, where they can no longer stand others? And could I receive my delivery before 24 hours have passed? All these questions will be answered in a matter of seconds. Well, in reality, if you come forward with your energy detector and force me to believe that I could be one source of negative energy feeding these spirits, then yeah, I might just get mad at you. If I'm not a religious woman, and I'm not talking about myself here, obviously, I'm a very one heck of a muscular dude, but the lady in the next video is not a religious person as it seems, so when her husband decided to put these crosses on the wall to protect the house, she wanted him to take them down with full anger. Or how about that one time they were all asleep in the same room and their baby's crib was experiencing a paranormal activity as the blanket was being pulled off of their child? From the security camera footage, we can even see how the kitchen turns into a mess when these lights flicker and chairs move, not to mention the living room, where even the Christmas interior seems to be affected. And lastly, while everyone was asleep except the dad, he was onto something on his own, with these lights turning on and off and the doors shutting on his face.
I spoke to the priest, and the priest said that as soon as I can, I gotta have the plug put up. It cannot come down at all whatsoever. No, it cannot come down at all. That is my own receipt. That's what the priest said. That cannot come down at all. Yep, I gotta have them up. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta have them up. No. No. Yeah, he said that's for our protection, so I gotta have them up. Oh, you gotta go. Okay, well, call me back when you're done, all right? All right, bye. Love you. Love you, Eddie. Love you, sister. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Hi, honey. Hi. What the crap doing back up on the wall? Both of them. What? I have. Why'd you put them back up? Baby, you know I had to put them up. For what? I took them down. I put them underneath the bed. Yeah, for they're not supposed to be underneath the bed. They're supposed to be on the wall. It's for our protection. You know that. No, I want them down. There ain't no reason why we need cross. What do you mean? You see what's going on? We're not even religious. It don't have to be religious. We got. Yes, it has everything to do with religion. I want them back underneath the bed. If you don't take them down, I'm gonna fucking take them down myself. Baby. Turn it, put it, take them down now. Baby. I'm dead serious. Take them the down. What's wrong with you?
So guys, I'm not even gonna fuck around with you guys. I'm over here just putting in things to the van, and I went towards the kitchen, and next thing you know, I passed through the girl's room. My wife is in the room sleeping, just getting some rest while everything. But I had spotted of how Mariah's room and the girls, like the Sophia Mariah's room, their light has been turning on and off. I'm like, that's fuck. And it feels like the window is open. Whoa. Whoa. That light's been. There we go. There we go. I'm not even around with you guys. I'm not even around with you guys. There we go. See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? And I don't know how to in the white world will this thing do that like that. It's like, damn, it's all that shit here. Whoa. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Baby, not for nothing, but you do have an energy. Look, baby.
What?
You do have an energy.
What are you talking
And it was
about?
just on the side of the bed. Look, I walk away and look. Look how it comes apart. Baby, and it's literally right on your spot. Look, I even walk towards you right now.
What are you talking about?
I'm not even playing, baby. You think I'm stupid. Look, I'm not even fucking with you. Look, it's literally, look. Literally right on you. Look.
No.
Look, I walk away. And look, it comes apart. So the energy is on you, honey.
Baby,
look,
no.
I'm not even fucking
Making it do that.
No, baby, I swear to God, I'm not. Look. You think I'm making it do that?
I'm going to bed.
Baby.
Put that
I'm
away.
telling you,
I'm going to bed.
no, listen to me. I'm telling you, there was a spot here when I was on live.
There's no spot there.
Everybody
seen it.
seen
What are you talking
it.
about?
No, everybody seen it.
Everything is fine.
Who do you reckon has the upper hand in these disputes? The hubby or the missus? Or perhaps I'm the one with the right take on all of this. At this point, it seems like the wisest move is to pack up and leave. I have no idea what the man in the next video job title is, but it seems as if he works as a delivery man of some sort. When will we finally see the day where you don't state that you have no information about someone you feature? Well, do you think that these people put their personal life information and CV out there for the public? No, they don't. Adam is our next guy. He was contacted by a client of his late at night, and it doesn't seem to be the right time to call someone to confess your deep emotions, but who said that client was anywhere near romantic? Then what was he? What were his intentions to call someone that time of the day? Maybe I over-exaggerated. I don't actually know what time of day he called him, but nevertheless, he was almost asking for help. But why Adam? How can a delivery man help this guy? Doesn't he know about the police? Take a breath and let me explain. First of all, I assume that Adam works as a delivery man. He might be something else. Also, the client explained how he had a terrible day. I mean, he had a terrible experience the other day in the underground garage where he experienced a poltergeist activity. He claims to have been attacked by a semi-transparent entity which scared him. So he would throw Adam in front of the line to take on all the danger all by himself. Yeah. Adam answered the call and got there. After staying in his car to see what could occur, he felt as if someone was messing with the car, but that was only the beginning, as his whole car was later shaking. Let's see, don't tell us. He started driving as fast as his car could, while the entity chased him, but family helped him in the end. That happened, but in the Fast and Furious series.
I'm afraid that I've never seen such a powerful paranormal activity in my life. It's very unexpected. Oh, guys. I don't know what to do, because it doesn't matter what's right now around me. It doesn't want to communicate with me. It doesn't want to communicate with me, and it can be very harmful. I think that it's some kind of evil spirit. I have similar experience, but never that strong. I don't know what to do. I ask about the possibility to communicate, and it's just getting worse and worse. I don't know what. Look, I think I should pack my stuff, guys. This is a moment when you should just leave. It can be very harmful. I will take. How should I say? This is time to leave. This is time to leave. Perfect time to leave. It was moved. Look, spirit is so powerful that it's moved the car for 10 centimeters. Yes. It's everything very clear to me right now. It's just too dangerous to stay here. It was too dangerous and too unpredictable to stay there right now. So I have a clear message for customer. I know what's going on, and I don't know what to do here. Leave the garage forever and keep the car. Car is clear, but garage badly infected.
He explained that the activity was the scariest he had ever gone through. but I feel like he is being a little overdramatic. Let me tell you, Adam, wait until you go to some really creepy abandoned house, then this will feel way less intense. If none of the 3 sexy tall videos in the back trunk convinced you, this shorty, ugly quality one you are about to see will make you ejaculate. And don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to insult your taste of videos. I'm not trying, but I actually already have done it. So I will leave you alone for a second and talk about the chick. It's a very beautiful short story about a single man getting back home. And as he enters the house, no one is around to say hello to him. So he goes to the kitchen and grabs the closest wine bottle to him. He walks out while drinking, and surprise, surprise, a sexy ghost grabs him from the back and takes him to the bedroom, and it becomes the red panties night for him. Let's talk about Juan, the man with door problems. Every time he goes to take a nap or just sleep the night, he gets woken up by his door making noises, and somehow he always wakes up ready to make a video. I feel like at this point some of these TikTok video creators have their phones integrated into their brains. The moment they even think about making a video, it immediately flies to their hands to record. So Juan woke up to check on his door and see what was going on out there. Who could have possibly broken the lock of the outside door, only to get to the house entrance door and ask to use the toilet? Why would anyone put in all this effort? That's what I would have thought if I were Juan, but when he got to the door, the key hanger was swinging on its own. That's terrifying. Why is it terrifying? I don't know, but this is how do normal people think of it, I guess. Later on, the door was knocked on. How come? The outside door is fully locked. Juan opened the door, only to find no one, but he had a fan out there, and its fans were rotating on their own. Now the pain is getting intense. Juan couldn't believe his eyes when he had to take a closer look at it, but its cable was cut. Means it can't function. That's some freaky activity, but you thought it was done there. After he closed the door, the handle started shaking, as if someone is trying to get in. Juan took a long step back, only for the door to start opening and closing. One thing to keep in mind is that all these activities were divided into 3 separate videos and took place on 3 different days, which means the activities didn't take place exactly how I told the story.
Será que é gato que tá aqui? Mexendo nas coisas? Mas não tem ninguém aqui. Caramba. Acho que tem alguém aí. Que susto, velho. Que isso? Para! Que isso? Quem tá aí? Tranquei. Meu Deus, cara. Mãe.
O que tá acontecendo?
Não sei, parece que tem alguém aqui.
Nossa, tem que parar com esses vídeos aqui, eu tô com medo já dessas coisas. Não tem ninguém,
Mas...
tem batendo na porta, tem ver que é isso.
Ah, mas eu não sei, mãe.
Não vou dormir aqui não, dormir no seu quarto. No seu quarto, dormi nesse quarto que não, tem que ver.
Começou de novo, né? Mexendo na cadeira. Mãe? Você tá aí fora? Oxe, tá abrindo, mexendo na chave. Mas você tá aí fora? Caralho, velho, quase derrubei a geladeira aqui agora. Que merda é essa, velho? Tô no meu quarto de boa, olha só a cadeira onde fui parar. Mãe?
Oi?
Tá tudo bem?
Tá tudo bem, tô deitada.
Oxi.
Dor na perna.
Tá, espera aí. Gente, eu tava indo deitar. Faz horas que eu tô ouvindo um barulho aqui, então eu resolvi filmar pra vocês. Não sei, mas... Parecia que tinha alguém, sei lá, fazendo um barulho, mexendo aqui na varanda de casa. Eu tô sozinho hoje. Minha mãe saiu, foi lá pra minha tia hoje, eu tô sozinho, então...
Tinha
sabe,
alguma
né?
coisa mexendo
Eu já não fico
na chave
muito
da
bem
porta.
quando eu tô sozinho. Hã? Oi? A chave tá balançando. Olha só, não para. Gente, olha só, eu vou acender até a luz. Olha isso. Olha só, cara, que sinistro. Ela fica mexendo e não para. Ó, eu vou ficar até longe, ó. Sozinho em casa. Cara, mas que sinistro. Que isso, cara, olha isso. Olha aí, o ventilador. Tá doido, ele tá desligado, tá fora da tomada. Deixa eu acender o... Olha lá. Olha isso. Olha lá. Não, tá de brincadeira comigo, né? Ai. Ai. Mano, olha isso. Como que pode fazer uma coisa dessa, cara, fora da tomada?
Obviously, he wouldn't just lock the door 2 or 3 times only for it to open back and forth as simple as that. Yes, the jinn does have the energy to open your doors, even if they're locked, but not as smooth as that. They are not thieves. So, if we are talking about abandoned mansions, I would be the first volunteer to come up and tell you my own thoughts about them, as if we were at some concert and everyone was waiting for me to speak. How terrifyingly embarrassing. But the embarrassment doesn't stop there. Yes, folks, there is still some more to add to this broken piece of whatever script. In my opinion, mansions are filled with weird stuff, and that's what makes them far more creepier than regular houses, as rich people always love to collect stuff that looks off and is somewhere off-putting. When you look at it, you just ask yourself, why? But you know what? When you look into it, most of these people who own mansions are rich, and God knows how they achieve their goals. You know, the person who would sell his soul to the devil for money wouldn't mind purchasing stuff that looked devilish. Which brings us to the upcoming video, where Franco goes to an abandoned mansion, where he finds a lot of pictures of women and children. But if you think that these pictures are just there as leftovers and that they can't speak, then you're right. You really thought I'm going to tell you Franco captured them speaking or something for that kind of lack of sense. Well, you still may not be wrong after all, because Fifu did hear multiple sounds of women speaking and babies crying. So far, so creepy, and it got more intense as these footsteps got closer and louder before he found himself surrounded by weird satanic drawings and messages on the walls painted red. So the person hiding in the mansion doesn't know that these things exist and finds himself there suddenly. How does that make sense? I meant Franco, who had found himself there. Regardless, in the end, we were able to see who was mysteriously walking around in the dark. Some human-like figure was seen in the window.
¿Quién está? I have noises coming from the room. Hola? I don't know what the f*** I just heard. It sounded like somebody coming in here. Oh, that was creepy. I legit felt like somebody was coming in the room. I heard them. They sound like footsteps just coming inside. Somebody crazy must have lived here or something. I don't even want to go in here. La muerte es libertad. That is free. Holy. You've got to be kidding me. I just heard a baby crying again. Sounds like it's outside. There's drips of something on the floor. You see it? But I don't know if that's anything relevant. Hola? Listen. Oh, that. I'm out. Nope. Holy. I literally just heard somebody inside. Someone just talked and then I heard footsteps. Alright. But this is the creepy mansion I wanted to check out. That right there is a door where you saw it moving the last time. That's the second floor. Holy. There's somebody in there. On the second floor, there's somebody in there. Hold on, I'm walking up there now. Try not to shake this thing. trying to see if I can see anything else. There it is. There he is. That is definitely a person up on the second floor. Could this been somebody's casket for real? I don't even know if it's like for decoration or if it's real or not. Forget it. I gotta pay attention. I'm still trying to see if I can hear anything. Something just fell. Who the hell is that? I hear somebody talking outside. Hear it. Let me see if I can look out this window. What?
You see that last bit where the figure was standing outside? That's the part that inspired me to write the title, which you shouldn't have missed in the introduction to this clip. He was standing there as if he were ready to take a free kick. I know you are reading this title and saying to yourself, if it's fake, why did I put it in the first clip? Well, let's just say I was saying to myself that I'm not going to include the clip since it's not convincing enough. But then I watched the end of it, and there was a part at the very beginning of it that freaked me out a little bit. But if I'm going to give my ultimate speculation about it, I would say maybe they were playing around, and all of a sudden, shit got real. Something they weren't preparing for. But who knows? Before I let you watch, know that they are to sides of this investigation since there are two guys recording. So some parts you will see both guys' videos.
في حد عشان هيك أنا أحسن طلع
انا ما صور في حدا وراي وحياة اقسم بالله والله العظيم في حدا كان وراي.
طب ما هي في حدا بجوب
في حدا انا شفت حدا كامل بني ادم مش يعني ما بعرفه بني ادم هو جن بس شفت وجهي قسما بالله يا احمد صرخت من قلبي. طبعا هي على سنابك هسه باخذها
انا ببعث لك اياها.
بسم الله.
شو هذا؟
عندي ولا عندك؟ أحمد كمل عشان
إيهاب
تعال.
إيه؟ لحدا يجيك.
إيه؟ من البرد. قسما بالله ما هو أنا، قسما بالله ما هو أنا، أقسم لك بالله ما هو أنا. تعال بقول لك أقسم لك بالله ما هو أنا.
عسنابك موجودة تسكير.
هسه بوريك إياه.
دقيقة شوي يا إخوان، دقيقة والله.
قسما بقول لك
قسما بالله فصلت السنابة.
والله العظيم هسه بوريك السنابة.
فرجيني
قسما بالله ما هو
دقيقة.
أنا. يما لا 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 أحمد
اقسم بالله اني زعلت.
يلا يلا جد.
ايوه نقدت وحياة رب الكون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أحمد والله العظيم لن يتأذى.
ايه
صاروا يضربوه.
سامع.
صور هون. اضوي هون.
وين؟
هون بالباب.
ايوه.
بدكم نطلع ولا نفوت؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بدقولنا يا حبيبي.
انت صدقت انه مش انا؟ لما اندفشت والله العظيم لما اندفشت
علق السناب.
صار العشب بخوفني.
علق السناب تبعي. انت بتحكي لهم في حدا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. احمد
سكروا
قسما بالله دفشوك والله العظيم الباب ما هو انا بوريك هسه السنابات وبوريك يما شلف يما.
Remember when I said there is a part of the clip at the very beginning that triggered me? Now look at this picture. If the last part didn't speak out to you, then this should. Because there is no way this thing is a human. Next is a short part taken from an investigation of some anonymous dude who goes by the name Mike. I don't think you quite understand the real meaning of anonymous. Are you doubting my English skills? Mike is not his actual name. I will just call him that. So then, what is Mike doing here? Chilling. Mike is inside the Nevada State Prison, so if you feel generous and want to help in these tough times he is going through, I will leave you his channel's link in the description. In all seriousness, he is not there as a prisoner. Then he would most likely work there as a cop. How about you let me finish? He is an investigator and he wants to find the truth. What truth is he seeking? I have no idea, but some fool told him that the place is haunted, and many have seen ghosts appear out of nowhere in random spots inside the building. This is an assumption, by the way. We really don't know what Mike's real intentions are, but there is a chance. And as Mike threw himself into danger, did some white figure with the spirit of some old white racist officer appear and shoot the man? Not completely, but a white phantom figure did appear and disappear in an instant. That was after Mike heard the warning of some scary faint voice telling him to get out.
Can you make a noise for me? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are. Are you down here? Can you knock on the bars for me? I feel like somebody's just following me. Who's in here? I'm feeling very chilled right now. Do you want to see what I'm seeing right now? This is with night vision on. That's what I see right now. Who's down here? Make a noise for me. All right, I'm gonna head back. That was pretty terrifying. I'm coming. Oh, I did not see that.
I know it must have been pitch black in there. The darkness in these places is severe, if we can say so. But come on, dude, you really didn't see that gate. It was almost like how women drive in the street. It seems as though what they see has much lower resolution and brightness than what normal men see when driving. If you ask me personally, what may force you to leave an abandoned place if you are investigating one? The answer is very simple. No objects moving or an apparition is needed. Just let the wind does its thing once. And I'm gonna sign a contract of never coming back again. But in others' logic, that wouldn't be the case, of course. It may take a little more than that in order for them to leave, but let me tell you something, Billy. Our guy in the next clip didn't give up on himself easily. He was exploring the place surrounded by all sort of paranormals and never gave up. They almost destroyed the ceiling on his head, but he kept going further. And at some point, he even started singing, which obviously pissed the fellas off. So they kept pressuring him. That's all until they send one of the nastiest one in the group to see what could happen. And it definitely was the best they did. The explorer just sniffed the crap out of him and kept puking till the end of the video.
Kena halau aku ke? Oh! Siapa nampak benda berdiri? Oh! No! Astagfirullahaladzim. Aku datang bukan untuk teman, tetapi untuk melihat kehadiran kau je. Oh, ya Allah. Benda tu. Mana kau? Kau tunjukkan. Walau sekelip mata pun. Oh, ya Allah. Benda. Ya Allah. Mana kau? Aku datang bukan untuk teman. Aku tahu yang di rumah kau. Siapa tu? Ya Allah. Kat tingkap ke? Kat tingkap ke? Tak banyak pun akak kejar saya jatuh cinta. Allahu Akbar. Kak. Tu je. Kak, lagi terang saya tengok akak, Kak. Tunjuklah, Kak. Dia, Kak. Allahu Akbar, Kak. Mana, Kak? Ya Allah, Kak. Main tingkap ke? Subhanallah. Allah. Tunjukkan diri kakak. Tunjukkan. Oh, ya Allah. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Abu. Kak, tolong kak. Ya Allah, tak mampu saya. Akak pernah tak dengar lagu Zaman ini zaman cicak kobeng, cicak kobeng panjang ekornya, ekornya. Saya tak boleh cerita lagu habis Saya tak boleh lagu tu kasih habis. Masak kurang. Oh, ya Allah. Ya Allah kak. Ada orang tak? Siapa kat dalam? Allah. Tunjukkan, wahai penghuni yang ada. Allah. Subhanallah. Bilik ni bilik yang terbakar tu Bilik yang terbakar. Allah, la ilaha illallah. Ya Allah. Oh, ya Allah, apa ni nak jatuh? Kipas dia berpusing Allah, apa ni? Aku tahu kau ini tempat kau dan ini rumah kau. Tunjukkan. Aku tahu ini rumah kau dan ini tempat kau. Tunjukkan. Allah, Allah, ya Allah, benda ni jatuh. Siapa? Siapa? Siapa tu? Allahu Akbar, pusing pula. Ya Allah. Hei, apa tu? Apa yang kat tingkap ni? Allahu Akbar. Ya Allah. Kalau betul kau ada kat sini, aku datang bukan untuk teman. Tak ada karen Dengar tak? Siapa kat bilik? Siapa? Ya Allah. Kenapa dekat saya tiba-tiba? Ya Allah. Ya. Ya Allah. Saya tak boleh. Tak boleh. Ya Allah.
Now let's talk about the hooker. And don't get offended, please. I'm not talking about your wife, your ex, or your girlfriend. Our friend in the next sequence of clips is the hooker. And I'm not insulting him either. That's his YouTube's channel name. To make things less offensive, let's call him Mickey just for the sake of this video. Mickey Mouse in the friend's house. Mimo is a lonely man who has a fat cat walking around in his house. At least that's what I thought, and no, I didn't think his cat was a dog. I'm not that stupid. But I thought he was lonely until he had a phone call and answered saying, "Hey baby." He said that word and I went in tears. I was crying out laughing. Who still calls his girl baby? I guess everyone who isn't a virgin like me. Anyway, other than his relationship and him flexing on the mirror, he has other issues. So I have featured some of Mick's videos and I was really impressed by the paranormal activity he is experiencing. In fact, I was so impressed I got jealous. If my door shuts by the wind and I know it's so windy, I try to convince myself for hours that it was paranormal and the weather had nothing to do with it, just so I can tell people I have some paranormal experiences in my life. I want to look cool in front of the cool kids. But today, I wasn't really impressed by Mick's activity. Actually, I'm now less convinced. First of all, how many times should that door move? And what about that 5'3" short lady in your bathtub? What if your baby comes home one night and finds her? Maybe you should not be worried about that shorty as much as you should be about that guy in the living room. You can say it was a one-night stand about the women, but what about the guy?
So we're fucking. God damn it, my phone's dying. So I'm just gonna have to unplug. Got 6%. Focus, bitch. How the fuck is the lights working, man? Ugh. What the fuck? Ah, Jesus Christ. Hey, baby. What you doing? Heard something out here. I can't see shit through this fucking screen. Can't see nothing through the goddamn screen. Is that water? God, this fucking thing is. That's not. Well, I guess that is a window too. God dang, that's fucking filthy. Hello? Hello? Oh, Jesus. It's just my letter. Meow. What? Where are you going in there? This is fucking random. somebody like, I don't know, moving stuff around in my sister's room. It sounded like they were home, I thought. But then I heard like a grunting sound of like a dog grunting sound, but Chimera's on the couch just asleep. So, yeah. Say about that one. I don't like these open. Come on, bitch. Jesus. Am I hearing things? It's like a low rumble. Fun. Fun. David. It's not funny, guys. Some noise coming from in there. Oh, hell fucking no. Fuck. Dude. I don't know what the fuck that was. The garage door's locked. I don't want to go in there. Shit. Look at my fucking mirror. It was not fucking like that, dude.
I don't know what people don't understand about this. Shadow figures and jinns don't move like this. In fact, they move so fast and they don't cast shadows. This idiot isn't a jinn. He is a thick-ass man living rent-free in your house, buddy. Check the bills. You should notice a difference. You read this title and you question yourself. What did I eat yesterday? And what does he mean with the original? Does he mean that Nuke's Top 5 wasn't the first Scary Videos compilation channel? No way, he definitely doesn't have the balls to say such a thing. Or I will get stupid and emotional and dislike the video and start crying out in the comments. But hold your pants tight, because it will fall off when you know that I have the balls to say that. And yes, Nukes isn't the original one, and the next clip you are about to watch is the proof for that. It's a clip taken from a channel that started the idea of Scary Videos compilations. But how do I know that? Because the video is 15 years old, folks. Oh man, I really wished it was longer. The poor man was living one heck of a real horror movie action. But unfortunately, the video is so old. God knows what happened to this man. I don't know why some people go so far with their graves after they pass away. I mean, it's just a grave. Like, come on man, even after you're gone, you still want to leave a spot of life greediness for its materialism. Let's see who that greedy dude is that I'm talking about. In reality, I'm not talking about anyone specific. Instead, I was speaking out some facts. We have Danilo, or so they say. Who said? I said it. I said his name was Danilo. What's up with Didu? I thought you were going to say something else right there. The man was live streaming while investigating the cemetery. And you know, when Hispanic investigators do that, they are risking showing off these hot checks in dark or white coats. who are usually the main target to get these clicks, but not Danilo, as this man is as trustworthy as me, which is not a very good metric to use, but work with what you have. Even the person who reposted the clip on his page was having a fight with himself in the captions he added, just trying to credit the man as legit. Anyways, the whole video revolves around that gravestone, where a statue of what people think of Jesus was seen rolling back and forth, right and left, while the jar on the ground right beside it was rolling down, again and again, until these people in the live chat finally picked it up with their top-level reflexes, but Danilo didn't back off whatsoever.
Si estás aquí, quiero que me des una señal, quiero que te manifiestes. Queremos verte. Demuéstrame que estás aquí. Uy, 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 se acaba de mover eso. Se acaba de mover eso. Uy, me caigo. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? Bien, amigos, se acaba de caer eso. Eso se acaba de caer. ¿Estás aquí? Quiero que te manifiestes. Que me digas si estás aquí. Quiero verte. ¿Estás aquí? Manifieste, estás aquí. Es el Cristo, amigos. Es el Cristo. ¿Estás aquí? Dame una señal, estás aquí. Quiero verte. Quiero que te manifiestes. Si se mueve, miren. Se está moviendo, ¿lo vieron? ¿En qué parte estás? Uy, no es cierto. Bien. Vamos a poner Spirit Box. Vamos a poner Spirit Box. Uy, en la puerta hay ojos, dicen. Si hay alguien aquí, quiero que me digas tu nombre a través de este aparato. Quiero que me digas tu nombre, ¿cómo te llamas? Dime cómo te llamas. ¿Cómo te llamas? Uy, ¿qué dice? Magdalena. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿En qué parte estás? ¿Te puedes manifestar? No sé nada, amigos. Dime, ¿te puedes manifestar? Sí se manifestó. Aquí hay algo adentro. Para que vean, amigos. Para que vean. Porque como les digo, yo no quito la cámara para nada. Se acaba de mover esto. Como que algo lo jaló para la puerta, amigos.
Look, I also believe that Danilo is a person worth believing, as these videos are way too clear when you pay attention, but you don't have to argue with yourself to such an extent. And this is a message to the person who reposted the clip. One of the things you should know before exploring an abandoned house is that no matter what terrifying story people tells you about the place, keep your expectations always low. Why, you may ask? Because if you really think when someone tells you a djinn in the shape of a girl will actually appears to you when you investigate that specific house, and you believe him, I think disappointment will be your feeling afterwards. You need to understand this. Djinn, or what you call ghosts, doesn't appear to you easily, even in the most haunted places. It's still a rare possibility, but who says you need an apparition to have a horror experience? The Russian explorer was into his way to investigate a house that were left for 2 years. The people in the village told the man that they have witnessed a truly scary apparitions, a ghost in the shape of a girl coming out of the wall at night. And so do her friends of spirits. They hear sounds coming out of the place too. But the place was so haunted, in fact, that it almost looked like a horror movie.
Дожидаться 12 часов. Сейчас 23:50. Осталось... Опа. Это что такое? Не понял. Надеюсь, это не тот мужик. Кто там? Дверь в сарае. реально жуть полная.
I want to break the mood a little bit. I hope you don't mind that. I know this was out of topic, but this is what came to my mind while I was editing. I think the idea deserves a subscribe, but first tell me, did you know where the sound I used is from? If you know, comment down below. It's been long enough since I last featured Xiao Long. I haven't been thinking about him lately. It was really some cold long nights not having him around. He always kept me warm and cozy. What in the world are you talking about? Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about that sleeping product I purchased last year. But if you really want to talk about paranormal investigations, here is Xiao Long, the one dude who fears nothing. He went to explore this abandoned building, and he was so scared that he pissed himself. Not like pissed himself off, I meant that he literally pissed on himself. He let this yellow juice all out. He didn't hold back, but he didn't take his pants off, nor did he show us the pants wet. How unlucky. Why are you doubling down on this man? He already had enough, and he went through a lot, but I'm not over-exaggerating. He said that himself. Now the question remains, what scared him to the extent that he had to confess his embarrassment? At first, part of the wall ceiling fell off, nothing so dramatic. Later, a fluorescent lamp followed up, almost hitting his head, and if he lingered around that area longer, the whole ceiling might have fallen on his thick head. He also tried the merry trick on the mirror, and I don't know about these Asian investigators, but it always seems to work for them. No apparitions this time, just some objects falling. We would like to know what made this man pee. And who told you I lived with him? If I couldn't provide you with the general information about the investigation, how could I be able to give such details? Although it's important to mention that at some point, he spotted a dark figure on the other side of the building staring at him from the window. He ran right to it, which took him years, only to find nothing. Doors were shutting on their own, and a chair was moving from its place, which most likely was the part where this dude confessed his deep, terrifying emotions.
Rồi tí lấy mà.
Bye!吓我一跳！
喷气对流啊！我带 T 啊，试试。
镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！我去你！别打地狱大门，打窗户干你！怎么不听我话了呢？哎，什么声啊？我操！我操！哎！这从管子掉下来了，可能是我撒尿的出来的热气。完了，把尿鞋、尿裤上的都，操！气死我了！喂，我这是要砸我的痕迹！去你妈！赶紧出来！我。我操！我操！你至于吗？都尿鞋上了都。我现在正在干啥吗？谁走道呢？我操！我操你妈了个！我操！哎，听见吗？哎，我操！我感觉他就在这里。哥，我错了，我不拿你碟了。你让我看看呗，你是谁？咱俩一起瞅一眼。哎，我那是人肉啊！哎呀妈，你看那是啥？我那是人肉啊！ 2楼两边。这也不对。哎呦我操！出来！操！哎呀！麦师傅啊！哎呀我操！哎，我操！我操你个傻！哎哎呀！哎！哎！哎！哎！哎！我操！哎！操你妈！
I wouldn't fault him for owning up to such an embarrassment. I might have reacted even worse if I were in his shoes. But that's where the distinction lies between him and me. I'd never find myself in such predicaments. Even as I'm scripting these narratives in my old deserted house after relocating, there's a palpable sense of unease. In my life, I have seen so many bathrooms. I have been through hell with the school ones. And surprisingly enough, my house's bathroom turned out to be even worse, and with that cringy introduction. Allow me to say, the guy in the next clip has 2 rooms inside of his bathroom. But where is the scary thing in all of this? The paranormals, of course. But where does they take place? Everywhere. And especially the bathroom. But what is different about this clip then? I bet you are not asking any of those questions, but I'm gonna answer them anyways. The guy was very clear in the way he is capturing the action. I almost saw through his clothes, which is a weird thing to see these days. Not a lot of people clarify the activities, but he wasn't done there. To make things even more legitimate, he held his friend hostage in order to please the demons so they can do more action in front of everyone. And let me tell you, the hostage, I mean the demon's gift, I mean his dead friend, his face was about to melt if he was given 3 more seconds. But luckily enough, he is still a 1 solid piece as I was informed. Now dive in.
Okay. We are good to go. Yep. You kidding me? Look. What? Guys. I don't know what you want me to say. There's no string. Like that, I had that closed. Like, this is open. Nothing, dude. What? No string anywhere. Nothing. Like, and for you people that's probably saying, oh, there's somebody behind this door. Oh, God, that's hard to... Look. I'm gonna back up here a little bit. Even pointing to the floor, pointing to the floor, pointing to the left, nobody to the left, pointing to the right, nobody to the right. I'll even go through this door again, pointing to the floor, pointing to the floor. Okay, nobody to the right, nobody to the left, nobody in the room, and in case anybody thought somebody was running behind me, nobody's running behind me. So, please tell me again. There is no strings. Alright. Let's catch this on camera. Experience something?
Bro, I swear to God, dude, I felt something really cold.
Really?
What? Dude, what the fuck? Oh my God.
What the fuck? Oh shit. Dude, I kid you not, there's like literally nobody in there. What the fuck, dude?
I don't know what more he should have done to show the evidence. You can be as skeptic as dumb throughout the entire thing, but once you see the cans dropping, you should have already admitted that you are stupid and jealous. And if you want to fix this, just like the video, this video is kind of interesting as it was recorded and published 12 years ago. So that's why it's interesting, because it was made back in 2011. Not truly, but you're not so off point. A dude who was alone in his house as his sister was somewhere else in California after she became ill. She got sick of her brother. Is he that annoying? Do you think I have his number and we hang out every week? I don't know if he was annoying or not. All I know is that she might have gotten the illness due to her brother's actions in the house, as he seems to have a dream to be one heck of a filmmaker in the future. But on what basis are you making these claims? Based on my ability to analyze personalities, so here he is, saying that he still hears the banging sound coming from the attic. Now, I don't know about you, but if my house had an attic and I started experiencing similar events, I would pack my stuff and leave the house on fire. The police may never find who was hiding after all, and selling the house might expose me, so no delays, just burn. But Julian had a better idea. Why doesn't he just go up and check? Simple math. So he did, and after getting there, he found some weird slimy material on the floor, followed by some scary screams. Before leaving the attic for good, one last shot at that creepy-looking face hiding in the dark.
Hi. It's been a long time since I made a video. The reason being so is because my sister down in California, I live in Washington, she became ill, and I had to go down for some time to be with her. She's better now. But since I've been back, nothing has changed. Hear that? I haven't been hearing the noises outside as much. And you hear that? Listen. Since I've been back, most nights I've been hearing noises in my attic. And tonight, the noises have been the worst. I haven't been in there yet. Kitty, what are you doing? Cat never goes up there unless it's freaked out. Kitty, what are you doing? I haven't been in the attic because I haven't had my camera, and I haven't really thought it's been worth going up there unless I actually have some way to document it. So, and I need to change a chair. And I've been really on edge about even going up there at all because I've seen this thing too many times, and I've been lucky too many times to have not been physically hurt. It stopped. It stopped. Should probably turn off the lights in order to surprise the thing. You know what, I'm hoping this is just, I don't know, a raccoon or... I'm thinking since I left, maybe the thing just all left also. Hello? 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 What the heck is this? What the heck is that? What the heck? What the heck is that? It's so slimy. Oh God. Oh my God. Hello? I think it's just a raccoon.
I don't understand how people only find out what was bugging them for so long when they make a video about it, and why these so-called creatures only hide in the attic, and how come they were able to stand living in a house knowing that there could be someone up there. I was called so many things in my life. My brother calls me an introvert. My parents calls me a lunatic because I talk to myself like I'm having a dinner with someone. My girlfriend called me for an insulting breakup. And my most recent call out is an artificial intelligence. What a world. But as much as this feels out of context, it's actually not. Yes, folks, the hard truth that you are not wasting time. Remember what I said 6 seconds ago about talking to myself. Exactly, you don't remember. But may the person who is talking to a dark black fart in the next clip will remind you of what I said. No, seriously, I'm not kidding. Watch this.
¿Qué quieres acá? ¿Qué quieres? Dime qué quieres. ¿Qué se te perdió? ¿Nos quieres hacer daño? ¿Nos quieres hacer más daño? Mira, mira de nuevo. Lárgate. Te ordeno que te vayas de mi casa. Ay, Diosito lindo. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado, Señor, tu voluntad. ¿Qué quieres? No te tengo miedo. No te tengo miedo. No te tengo miedo. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres?
Mira,
¿Qué
regresa.
quieres? Ven. ¿Qué quieres?
That thing was going bigger and smaller, just like my meat when I'm trying to stay disciplined. But those hot ladies just can't catch a break on this old red pepper. But apart from that cringy line, what do you think about old Uncle Ghosty? If you have read this title on screen already and made up your mind of what it could lead to, allow me to correct you here. I'm not mocking the man for having no balance in his bank account. Absolutely not. I would never do that, but rather, I'm mocking his mere physical balance. So, now things just got 5 times worse. Instead of mocking the financial situation, you went straight up to his physical disabilities. See, that's why you should think 10 times before you make up your mind about anything. You're still wrong there. This dude, who goes by the name Ollie, can't really walk straight for long before falling down. Although he has no physical disabilities, he still won't walk straight. At least he does love females. Anyways, he went to investigate an abandoned house he previously investigated, but he wasn't satisfied the first time, so he decided that it's finally time to make a comeback. I should learn some from these guys. They go deep into some of the scariest places out there, have different terrifying experiences, and yet they won't be afraid to make another visit in the future. Unlike me, who left the country once things broke loose, and here I am 12 years after and still haven't come back. Regardless, as Ollie made his way inside, here were the problems started. What kind of problems? Paranormal type. Maybe, I can't really tell, but the man had experienced it as if something or someone were touching him or sitting near him. Ollie was not feeling comfortable, so much so that he began consecutively tripping. Every time he stands up, not for himself, but after tripping, he doesn't last long before falling down again, as if someone was pushing him or something, even though the place was empty, just like my head, or so it seems. Ollie didn't shy away from mentioning the fact that he feels as if he noticed some apparitions.
Either some animal got in, some kids maybe, I don't know. Hello? Is there anybody here? Flashlight turned off, as per the usual whenever we come in here. Hello? Is there anybody here? You know what? I just realized I don't like going. Whoa! That was me. I'm asking you guys to stay here, remain here. I just saw something move back there. Who is that? Who's back here? Who's there? Oh! Ow! Ow! Oh my god! Ow! Fuck! Ah! Who did that? Why did you do that? I'm asking you politely to stay. I don't want you to follow me home. What is the entity? Oh! Ow! Ow! Ah! 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 I almost cut myself in the face with this knife. Ah! My back. Okay, what is going on? Why are you attacking me? It said flash. What does that mean? What is going on? Is there a priest trapped here? There's definitely, like, I think what it has to do with is the basement. Ow! Oh my god! Ow! Stay back! Stay back. Stay back. I command you to stay back. You're not of the living. You have no power. You're not of the living. Whatever you are, whatever brought you here, I command you to leave. Oh my god, dude, I can't breathe down here. Whatever you are, leave. It has to be coming from whatever is in there. I know it. In the name of God, to leave. In the name of God, you have to live. Oh! It feels like... Bro, I feel nauseous. It just hit me in the gut and... I can't... What is it? What do you want? Why aren't you leaving? Why are you attacking me? John, do we have an understanding? Let me know. Like, I just want to know that we have an understanding with each other, that you guys aren't going to follow me home. Can we agree on that? I just heard something moving in there. Who's there?
Anomaly.
Anomaly? No. Bro, we're leaving. There's something moving around there. It could be an animal. We're bouncing.
I don't know if the tripping and falling down he has experienced were due to some unseen heavy touches by our friends from the dark, scary realm of Jinn, or if he just can't walk in messy places. The next video is an example of how you take advantage of the situation down to its last drop. This woman has been also documenting her house paranormal encounters for quite some time, and I already shared some of them before. Today will be the last because the woman is finally moving out, but she still did a last one, in which she caught yet again her boyfriend in a black coat, or as you prefer calling it, a shadow man. That would be cool for a new DC character to make a movie about, since almost all their movies suck. Anyway, besides the shadow guy, her lights were also flickering and swinging, and I thought she doesn't have kids. I guess I'm the one who doesn't have kids.
Dat licht knipperde weer. Aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Verdorie. Helemaal klaar mee. Oh. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga daar niet naartoe.
A beautiful short little story. Before I edited this one, I was listening to a French song, not understanding a word like most people, and for some reason she sounded French to me. If you thought what Ben did in the last video was a weak reaction, wait until you see the next clip with our friend Daniel III, whose name is Michael. He calls what he has been doing for the past 8 years paranormal investigating, but I would rather call it paranormal bullying. The guy is so scared he doesn't wear a shirt too often. He ran out of his house while it was cold at night because he couldn't stand his ground. Then the ghost ruined his room. And what did Danny do in return? He left his own house to the ghost. Disgusting, despicable move. And if you thought that's weak, he tried to invite his girlfriend just to blame her for some sounds he heard while he was masturbating in the other room. And when got real, he threw her to the battlefield so he can run away. But she was too thick for him to find a space. And when he finally tried to defend his ground and asked the spirit to leave, the ghost told him, "I'm gonna level with you, homie." Then threw some box on him and almost suplexed him. Then we discover that the spirit keeps checking the refrigerator and the kitchen storage to see what's new. And I think that's the main problem.
It's essentially green. It reduces the effect or matches the effect of fluorescent light. If there what did I say? I didn't move, hands in shot. It's amazing.
Well, it's obviously you.
It wasn't
No,
me,
it's her.
it was you.
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
3:20 in the morning. Like clockwork, it started scratching and banging again. So it just don't stop. Can't sleep. And I've decided I'm gonna go up this time. I'm gonna take the camera up. You can hear it now. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna face this thing. I'm gonna just see if we can catch something on tape and I don't know, just see what we get. Okay.
Hello? Hello? Look. If you're there, I want you to leave my house.
Nah, I'm staying downstairs. Do whatever it wants. I'm done. I'm done. It's 10:10. I'm in the house on my own again. Mike and Charlie have gone off to some house party somewhere. And it started banging downstairs. It's been going for about 5 minutes. I've been hesitating. I really don't want to go down, but it's not stopping this time, and it's getting louder. You can hear it now. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna see what's up.
Hello? Mike? Charlie? It's coming from there. Actually, kind of sounds like it's coming from outside. Can't see it. Hello? 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 Oh, fuck. No. Oh, no.
This man was running from his house with style. I mean, he was doing Parker immediately after waking up. That's the spirit. That's the real energy. It reminded me of myself when I see some insect. You know, if I have a candy shop or a restaurant and it turns out to be haunted, I would advertise it on that fact alone. But maybe that's why I don't have one. I would go in history for the worst idea ever and the fastest man ever to go broke after a failed idea. And so many more failure achievements. But who cares about that? Let's talk about Pinky and Brain in the next clip. except that one of them is a girl who sounds like a squirrel when she screams, and the other is an overaged guy who is trying to approach like a teenager to fit in the relationship, and none of them sound smart, to be honest. But where is the story here? Well, the candy shop is haunted, and for some reason the manager is nowhere to be found. At some point, the spirit tried to lock the folks in the freezer. So maybe the manager shows up and suspect that the two of them were doing the thing and fire them, but nothing works. The ghost took over the place literally, hops on the ceiling, playing disgusting music, throwing crab on the ground, my girlfriend is cheating, and flickers the lights, which I need to point out something here. Every time the lights flickers, the man forced the girl to run with him to turn the switches on, just that he can touch her hand to feel safe. Now you good to go.
And I guess we gave it too much energy and now things are getting worse. Our store done closing, like we have to still clean so much stuff. And they just won't stop, like the spirits won't give us a break right now. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm literally out of breath. I'm so nervous right now. Okay, so this is what we deal with here at Swirls. It's currently 11:18 and we're still not home. And okay, there was a sound right there and I guarantee I just saw a shadow. I hope I caught that. I don't get it. Is there a reason that you're doing this right now?
Dude, the lights were just
This is our main panel.
Okay, it stopped.
Okay, chill. Okay, so this is what I... No way. Bro, like, no one is here. It didn't just... Okay, come to the front now. Come on. Yeah, you... Okay. See, this is what I don't like. I hear footsteps from the attic right now. I'm literally still hearing it.
I literally just saw a shadow.
A shadow where?
By the like, down the wall.
What's going on? Okay, now music's on. Nicole, come here. This is... Okay. And I don't understand this. I really don't. Oh my god. 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 Go to the switch. Go to the main panel. Just go to the main panel. Okay, turn them on. Turn them on. Turn them on.
Understand it? Oh my god!
Okay, okay, I'm back under here. I don't understand what we did. Can you just let us out? Like, it's so stupid. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Is there a reason that we're in here?
Is that like a yes?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay, so... Okay.
Oh.
We honestly don't know what's going on, and
it's... What the fuck?
Just flickering. Oh!
Oh, okay.
Nope, that didn't work. I'm not understanding. Oh my god! Okay, spirit! Okay. There's stuff coming from the attic and in the walls again. And if you look it up, the store next to us doesn't exist. They went out of business. No one's here. Did you hear the knock? Hello? Can you knock again? This is insane! Like, literally! I can't fake that. Holy cow. Okay. It literally just stopped. Okay, can't show the code. Something literally flew off the wall. Bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Jesus. I don't even know where to go. Okay. Holy, look at this. Great. If we don't give it any energy, okay, just come on, hurry. Hurry, just hurry. If we don't give it any energy, then we'll be okay.
Thank you.
Where was that banging coming from? Upstairs? Nope, it's coming from the walk-in. It's literally coming from the walk-in. Okay. Get the lights! What the fuck? Bro. Oh my god! I punched you.
You said not to feed it energy.
I'm not feeding it energy.
If I was the manager and saw all of this shenanigans, I would not leave the place so I can have fun with them. You kidding me? All of this happening in my workstation, and I'm laying on my virgin bed alone. It's been some time since I last featured Hispanic investigators in some random cemetery. I usually don't like these kinds of videos, because it always ends up with some bitch with a cheap wig, dressing either white or black, depending on the day of the week, and she is just standing there. If I would give these videos a ranking, I would say they are up there with the weird adult videos, where someone is getting chased by a monster, then all of a sudden the monster gets ahead. It's almost the same with these videos, it's just missing the +18 part. But this one is kinda different. Yes, you will still see someone dressing black by the end. This time it's an asshole, not a whore. But here is a thing. In these kind of videos, the actors, or so they called investigators, they usually act as if it's a djinn of some sort. But in this one, Marty's and Marlo did it differently. This black-dressed guy is supposed to be a sorcerer, but before they found him, 2 bottles had flipped. Nice. So what did these two do when they found the amigo? They no mommied their way out of the place, but they made sure to investigate behind him first. They found a bottle that was filled with white stuff. It could either be a jar of lotion, or a jar filled with sperm. Because when they told their friend on the walkie-talkie about the jar, he told them he has experience with it and they should not touch it. It's dangerous and could expose them. Maybe it could get them pregnant. Could they be secretly trans? Anyway, they called it witchcraft. And after further investigation, they also found a bag of raw chicken livers inside one of the graves that was open for some reason.
Sea lo que seas, no te temo. Sea lo que seas, no nos vas a atacar. Si estás aquí, muéstrate. Atrévete a mostrarte.
Güey, guacha. No mames, güey. No mames, güey. Sí, creo que sí salió. No mames, güey.
Estás aquí.
Güey, no es peligroso, güey. Oye, escucha.
Quiero que te acerques, No has cortado nada, ¿verdad?
No.
Ok, quiero que te acerques y que la gente vea las botellas. Acércalas, que la gente vea las botellas.
No, güey, no mames.
La luz muévela tantito porque le está alterando. Así, acércate con ellas, para que la gente pueda ver. Vean, amigos, las botellas, ahí las pueden ver.
Este como que estaba lleno. Güey, eso es todo. Oye, no mames, güey. Güey, ¿seguro?
¿Hola?
No. Esto fue, güey. Ay, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto, güey?
No sé, güey, espérate. Ay, Dios, ¿qué es esto? Es un bote con...
¿Qué es?
Güey, creo que eso es brujería. Espérate, ¿no hay nadie acá? ¿Hola? No, amigos, no lo toquen, no se expongan, por favor, ya que puede ser bastante peligroso que ustedes lleguen a tocar Espérate, güey, ¡puta madre! Espérate, vi a alguien, güey.
¿Dónde, güey? ¿Dónde?
Espérate.
¿Qué pasó, güey?
Espérate, güey, ve a alguien.
¿Dónde regaste, güey?
Ay, no sé, espérate, estaba aquí, güey.
¿Aquí? ¿Qué pasó, güey?
Ay, puta madre. ¿No lo viste, güey?
No. Verga, güey, mira.
¿Qué es eso?
Mira.
Mira,
güey.
Ay, güey, espérate.
¿Estás bien, güey?
Ay, me metí un chingazo, espérate. Güey, espérate, esa madre es sangre, güey. Ay. Vamos a ver. Espérate. está, no, es pendejo. Ahí está la cámara, mira la cámara, mira. Un bulto ahí. Se mira un bulto. Le tiro más la luz, no para ver, güey. Le tiro la luz. Está haciendo el güey. Espérate, está haciendo ahí. A ver, tira la luz, tengo que ver. ¡Ey! ¡Ey! ¡Ve!
No mames, güey. No, güey. No, espérate, güey. Espérate, güey.
¿Quién eres?
Vámonos ya, güey. No, güey, vámonos, güey.
Espérate, aquí a ver qué estaba haciendo, espérate. ¿Quién eres? Agarra un palo, espérate. Agarra una piedra, espérate. Algo, güey, espérate. Chinga su madre, espérate. Espérate, güey. Ven, güey. No, espérate, güey, espérate. Ven. ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
Guacha. No mames, güey.
¿Qué estás haciendo aquí? Y bueno, pero me estoy temblando, güey. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Mira, aquí está su mano.
El pelo ahí, güey. Pelo, no mames, güey.
Hijos. ¿Qué es eso, güey? ¿Qué es eso? No, güey, ya vámonos, güey. Ay, espérate. ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay, qué mierda es eso!
No mames, güey. Son vísceras.
Ay, no sé qué es, güey.
Son vísceras, güey. No mames, güey. No, güey. Vámonos, güey. No. Vámonos, güey.
No, güey. Pinche vato, ¿dónde se fue, güey?
What if this man was just checking on someone who was related to him? What if he wasn't doing some witchcraft and he was just being a normal human? What if he was just trying to stay away from people? What if he was an actor and all of these guys were a group of fakers? Just what if? Let's start the list in a church, which for some reason looks like a combination of a hotel reception, a library, and a church. So our friends Bill and Ted are investigating the place for the sake of Halloween. Actually, small boy Ted forced Big Belly Bell to come with him to investigate this place, and there is really no backstory behind it. Those two were yelling at the spirits to do something. For a minute they were acting like drug dealers in a hood. Couple of books falling off the shelf made both of them act like little nice white boys, and after they checked, footsteps can be heard that caused Big Boy Bell to burn 10,000 calories. And after they got tired and saddled down, Bell started hearing whispers from the dark, so he burned another 10,000 calories out of the place.
I mean, do something. Come on, do something. You know you want to do something? Come on. We here, we waiting. You got a whole crowd watching you, bro. Come on, do something. Show yourself. Do something. You see what I'm saying?
That sounded like it was from back there too.
Oh, we got that.
If it was back there, we definitely got it.
Come on. Come on, yeah, do something else. What's up? Dude, this thing is making me pissed off, David. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna run over there. That's what you don't care.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, what the hell was that? David!
I f***ed up my camera, dude. I f***ed up my knee.
Yeah. Look at that. Dude. In there. Is this fat cam still running? You got this?
No, I took it down. The battery was about dead. I definitely feel drained. It feels like I have like no energy to even do anything here. It's like I just want to keep sitting down. Actually, I just want to get out of here. I feel like we have enough footage.
What the f*** was that, dude?
What?
You didn't hear that, man?
What'd you hear?
You didn't hear that whisper, dude? Right in my ear, dude.
I didn't hear it.
It was just like
I heard a thump over there.
Yeah, what the hell is that? Dude, Jay.
Let's get stuff. Get your light.
What?
Get your light.
This is an advice for both of you guys, Ted and Belle. Try to provoke those spirits even more, so I can take more advantage over your videos. And I don't know what their real names are. Some random guy from Korea or China? Maybe he is from Japan. I honestly don't know. I can't define, especially with the video being so high quality and visually pleasing. LG almost used it on their latest TV screen advertisement. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the skinny guy in the gym. So his crush just showed him a footage from the security camera of the gym where he was trying to lift 10 pounds, which was embarrassing. Then he switched to 5 pounds, which was a disaster, but she didn't show him the footage for that fact, but rather him getting humiliated by the air in the place. The man was so weak even some thin air ragdolled him. So how did it start? First, and as I mentioned, he was lifting weight, some rope started swinging behind him. He tried to act tough for a moment, but he couldn't handle himself. He decided to leave as if nothing happened, but he was just tired of lifting his arms. But when a ball started rolling, his ball started dancing. He tried to leave quickly, but something tried to grab him from his deck on his way out, but it couldn't find it. So it dragged him from the leg, and that's the story.
Atención. Ay, adelantamos las cámaras ahí, bueno, ahí me está echando alcohol. Es que pasaron cosas muy extrañas, la madre. Hasta
¿Y qué le pasó, papi?
Hasta una máquina se movió. Vea, mire, explíqueme eso.
Sí,
Vea,
eso
dos
porque
cuerdas
se
y.
mueve atrás.
Yo qué vas a ver, mami, y la otra quieta. O sea, no podemos decir que es el aire, ni que hay ventilación, ni nada de esas
Sí,
vainas.
eso es como
y en
encerrado.
plena luz del día aquí. Mire, mire. Y de esto hay una segunda toma. Ahorita le muestro la segunda toma. Y hay cosas que no se ven en la primera. Échale ojo. Ahí. Mira eso. Mira eso.
Uy, ¿eso qué pasó? ¿Por qué eso se
Y esa
mueve?
esa vaina es pesadísima. Eso es pesadísimo.
Sí.
Sí, parece eso es una energía muy mala.
¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué le pasó?
Mamá, mire.
No, Dios, no, no, eso no es normal.
Sí, yo sé
eso
que-
no es normal, no.
First of all, where is everyone? And second of all, what kind of gym is this? It looks so empty. But the most important question here is, who trains in the gym wearing a sleeping pajama? If you haven't seen the guy in the next clip before, and you watch a lot of paranormal videos, then your eyes must be in your ass. He lives in one of those houses where some ancient entity with a creepy backstory is haunting the place. So, what's new on the market this time? First, he shows us how stupid his dog is, because he behaves as if someone is messing with him. Just offer the dog for a free adoption, for whoever is interested out there. And if you think dogs can't act, then you definitely haven't watched any one of those crappy basketball dog movies, like Air Bud, with that Biatch dog buddy. Further in the video, we see him telling us how the floor and the mirror is wet for some reason. I told you, put that dog in some adoption store or something. They will take care of him. But in a moment, and for some reason that didn't happen off camera just to be filmed, his future self come out of nowhere to tell him to not sleep with that hoe. But obviously the guy took a dive to the ground to find nothing after getting up. What a setup.
como agua, pero es más viscoso que eso. De hecho, creo que no es la primera vez que grabo esto.
¡Ya madre!
Gogi ha desaparecido y no entiendo por qué. Incluso estoy viendo aquí en el espejo, hay como agua, como si saliera de él. Y toda esa agua se escurre y está directamente en el piso. Incluso de este lado también se puede ver como el agua está escurriendo, como de la silla. No sé, no lo entiendo muy bien cómo está aquí. Realmente no, pues no sé cómo explicar que Gogi ha desaparecido. Ay, cabrón. Pues no sé ni qué chingados.
First of all, why is that bear being held a hostage like that? What a plushie's abuser. And the mirror part, I just think he was showing off his new Galaxy Fold. That thing is a clean piece of tech, no jokes. I am a book lover, even though that I barely read books, but I'm also a book reader's hater, because I feel like they are cocky and full of shit. So the next clip will showcase a normal book reader grabbing a book to beg about reading it in front of the camera, when the door behind him opened by a 180 degrees, and the guy is so cocky he didn't even pay attention. But a tall, dark, and handsome shadow grabbed that freak from his leg, and only God knows what happened to him afterward. This is exactly what happens to a cockroach if he appears in my bathroom, except I would be the one dragged on the ground. I have an insect phobia. Two homosexual, I mean two cute couple. I mean two guys sleeping beside each other's in one room. And they are not brothers. They have a CCTV camera installed in their room for some reason. And while one of them was half naked to turn on the other, who also got half naked at some point in the video, a ghost went right into the room. He was trying to be, you know, one of them. He entered from the door very gently and barely moved it. He tried to play some American football, but the guys are Asian. And when nothing worked, the ghost got right down to business. He grabbed the sleepy guy's leg, and if he didn't wake up at the right time, we could have seen this video in some adult website. But when the two folks were discussing what happened, the ghost took a seat, and they took their way out of the place.
Ahí fue, mira. ¿Sí ve cómo se movió eso?
Se cayó, levantó vuelo.
Ajá. Se movió esa vaina ahí. Ah, yo estaba en la casa de mi amigo.
Es que...
Y ahí, él no se dio cuenta que se cayó un papelito. Es que mi amigo instaló cámaras en la casa por los ladrones y por toda la vaina, que no tiene nada que apuntan a la calle. Entonces esa es la que está en la habitación. Ahí el man sale, a lo que pasa ahí.
Sí, como que han botado algo para él.
Ajá. Y ahí para ahí el man
Entra.
con un vaso de agua, él se levanta a tomar. Levanta la vaina. No, usted se imagina al final está... Él cierra la puerta y se va a volver a acostar a dormir. Mi mamá dice que es porque yo me la paso jugando y que por invocar uno invoca las cosas y toda la vaina. ¿Era eso? Mariela, no.
Yo no sabía que las palabras tienen poder. Y todas las palabras que...
Mire.
Ay, sí, se abrió la puerta.
Échelo ojo. Ahí es que se mueve.
Ya se movió.
Mire. ¿Qué piensa de eso, Luis, usted?
No, mire.
Mire, él ahí se va a levantar y ahí es que viene lo peor.
¿Y eso qué es?
Es una bola.
¿No bola de qué?
No sé qué sea eso.
La madre.
Y vea lo que me van a hacer a mí, como me jalan las patas. Mire,
¿Pero qué?
yo ahí estaba durmiendo, ya era más tardecito todavía.
Deje que vea mi video y ahorita le digo algo.
Y allá en la casa del Carmen también lo asustaron feísimo.
En la casa del Carmen me asustaban más todavía, vea.
Ay, hijo de puta, lo tumbaron. Ay,
Dios mío.
¿Sí vio?
En el Carmen le tocaron las cuerdas de una guitarra.
En el Carmen me asustaban peor.
Le tocaron las cuerdas de una guitarra. Le dice, usted era eso, dice como...
Lo levanté.
¿Y eso que haya qué es?
Es una bola, yo no sé qué lanzaron. Ahí va la silla,
I wonder what are they supposed to be doing there? I mean, I have seen so many clips where there are people sleeping in a room like this one, but I still don't know what is their purpose in life. I even got copyright claimed for one of them. For some reason, as I'm writing this script, I don't know why I feel like the person who was recording the next clip was a male, not a female, but it seems like she is a lady after all. Are you one of those who asks the question of what is their pronounce? Nope. Mandy and the farmhouse, and don't worry, I'm not referring to Mickey Mouse and the friend's house. Mandy actually lives in a farmhouse, and a haunted one, if I can say the least. So, how did the paranormal activity start? Well, it wasn't expected, and a dark history of jinn entities laying around in the past was never mentioned. But all of a sudden the cup fell down, and it was really hot. It burned me, but that was stupid me. I wasn't paying attention as I was moving my mouse aggressively. But when it comes to Mandy, the paranormal didn't occur inside the house, but rather outside. As she was sitting on her laptop, doing whatever mysterious activity, some sounds were heard. Were these sounds vibrating? I will try to keep my mind clean and assume that you mean the activity was intense enough that these sounds were causing the house to vibrate, and nothing else. Answering your question, no, Mandy heard the sounds and went outside. But what she captured on camera may not be so clear to see at first glance, and I personally didn't think much of it. But later, I knew what I saw was not just some mist, it was like a ghost manifesting. The sounds were horsey. Horsey? What does that mean? I mean, Mandy was hearing the sounds of horses, even though there are none around. It took her long enough to realize that she had to run out and call it a night. Well, if you hear sounds that shouldn't be there from animals or humans, you know it's game over. She should be thankful that these sounds were not donkeys. Things would have been worse then, because donkeys braying is one of the most intense evidence of jinn lingering around. Speaking of, you have been around for long enough to subscribe and watch the next video on screen.